today we're doing one of the most exciting things you could do here in Chiang Mai. We're gonna see the elephants.
Thank you for coming, thank you for choosing us, and thank you for support our project today. Everyone, do you know about our concept before, right? Our park, no show, no riding, no trekking, and right now, new policy in the website, the main park, we cancel about the watch the elephant already. Because we are real sensory. Most of the elephant in there, we rescue them from riding camp, trekking camp, or elephant show. So meaning some of them they're not perfect the body. Some ladies she like from a flash of the camera and spotlight from the show, and some lady she broken hip, broken leg from the people use them to riding long time.
So last time I did anything like this, it was actually in Chiang Mai as well, at a different elephant sanctuary.
Oh, no.
How's that feel?
Yeah.
We did the elephant experience. I was with my friends and we were absolutely adamant that we weren't going to go to anywhere that offered elephant riding. We looked into it and decided that that was not ethical and we didn't want to be a part of anywhere that did that. So we were sure that we wanted to do that. But where we went, we did also bathe the elephants and feed them straight into their mouths. Now, since then, we've learned and done more research and basically found out that that's actually not too ethical either. And although loads of places are starting to say no riding now and they've changed their ways, they still offer bathing, which is bad for the elephant's skin and also making I think it's making them more susceptible to different diseases. So we decided to come to Elephant Nature Park because it doesn't let you bathe them anymore because it says it's not ethical, and also it doesn't let you feed them straight into their mouths, and it seems that the elephants are really well cared for. We read loads of reviews and looked at loads of different places, and for us it seemed like coming to Elephant Nature Park was going to be the most ethical option. So when you first arrive at the park, you're given a few minutes just to walk around, have a look at the elephants around the park, the water buffalo, the cats, the dogs, and there's also a completely separate space away from the animals where you can spray bug spray and put sun cream on. And there's loads of information about all of the elephants they have here at the park, which is over 80, I think they said. The first order of the day is to feed the elephants, and for our group we have 2 buckets of food, and they're very like me, they like sweet things, so we have bananas and watermelon for them today.
To get big. Don't worry, keep food for the
No, drops it. how was the feeding of the elephants?
It was really lovely. They really snuffle it up out your hands.
Yeah, your hands get very like dirty and stuff. There was a lot of elephants, also a lot of people here, but you have to like stand behind. So there's a red line around here, and you have to stand behind that. You can step forward to give them the food, but then you have to step back. I think it's for the safety of both the elephants and the people, really. But always such a fun experience just being around elephants, and getting to feed them is so special.
And that's why we have a lot of range here. One, female and big male different size. Female small and big male big size, right? Meaning female she can make money just short time, and the big male they can use very long time. They never sell.
And we've just come to visit two of the older elephants in the camp. They're both about 75. This one is called Champagne, and I don't know if you can see, but there's some holes in her ears and some scarring on her head. Basically, that is from when she was working at like a riding camp, and they have this process called breaking the spirit, and then after that there's a process with hooks where they'll hook through ears or hook through the head of the elephant to basically make them scared, so that they can be easy to manipulate and use at different camps to have tourists that want to ride them or put shows on for them, which is a massive shame, but it's nice to know that they've been well looked after here.
Everyone, I'm gonna share information for you one thing. You see, when you stay up, you stay like that. And that's why. They take care of her every day. He know about emotion or behavior. Lucky.
Lucky.
Wait a minute, he know. Wait a minute.
Lucky.
Jumbo. Jumbo. This one Jumbo.
Jumbo.
You see her smile? Yes. A minute. The Mahout, he know about emotion. Look.
Oh. Wow.
Since the feeding, we've just been taking some time to walk around this beautiful setting right here, where there's just different sort of like family groups of elephants. So we've worked our way around from over here where we met Champagne and Sasa, and around here and along. And it's just fantastic to see and hear about the care that they're taking for these elephants that have more often than not been treated so badly in the past or been kept in poor conditions, basically. But here it's amazing to see that they have a new lease of life, and learn about how by coming to Elephant Nature Park we're basically not only supporting the wildlife but also the local people from the hill tribes, and giving them the education to help support elephants better, basically.
Your ticket price doesn't just support the actual looking after the elephants, but the local economy, because they buy all the fruit and everything to feed the elephants from the local people, so there's no chemicals or preservatives on it. They employ the local people to work here, therefore their standard of living goes up, their children start to get educated, and they educate everybody for a better life here.
And this lady, if you observe, she have big berry one side. Some people, they ask me every day, good or bad, when people sit on the neck without the big chair, not heavy for them, blah blah blah. This is the effect from trekking. People climb up on the body all the time. This lady, her name Kun Yai. Kun Yai, she stayed with us nearly 1 year, and about her information, she nearly 80 years old. Meaning more than 75 years up. people make benefit from it.
And our first activity this afternoon after lunch, which was a delicious vegetarian lunch, is to come and see the elephants playing in the river and bathing themselves. Now in the past, humans would have come down and helped them bathe, but as it's shown like through recent research that it's not actually good for the elephants to be bathed so regularly by humans because they can just do it themselves. Now it's just sort of like more of an observation exercise. And unfortunately, even now, even though there's a load of publicity about how bad elephant riding is, there's still a huge market for it. So this river, we just saw on the other side of it that there was a company that was like allowing people to ride on them, and that was obviously part of a tour package with them. But the Elephant Nature Park said that some parks put up walls around their area, but EMP don't do that because they want to show the parks that are around them that still have elephant riding. They want to show that they can still have a business and still get money to sustain a business by allowing people to come in but not ride and not harm the elephants. And we are back from the Elephant Nature Park, and it was a fantastic day. Would you say, Mum?
Oh, it was incredible. Everything about it I loved, thank you.
It was a very different experience for me from the last time I was in Chiang Mai, because it was very much more like observation rather than interaction. Like, we still got to go and see them, but it did feel like a lot more ethical in some respects because we weren't interrupting the elephants as much, which I think was really good. And obviously back a couple of years ago when I came to Thailand, we wanted to be sure that we were doing it as ethically as possible, and we didn't realise that like the bathing them and things like that were not helpful for them. And even in places like Elephant Nature Park, which is trying to pave the way forward really for ethical, responsible elephant tourism here in Thailand, they only stopped the bathing, I think, earlier this year. As new research is coming out and as new studies are being done, then I think the policies are changing and the way that these places are run are changing as well. It was kind of crazy to see the struggles that the elephants had been through in previous lives as they had been worked for tourism or logging, and they'd had like holes in their ears or like hooks in their heads, and where they'd been hit by cars for being around in city. It was actually really deeply upsetting in so many ways, but it's nice to see them having such a new lease of life at Elephant Nature Park, and I can definitely recommend it. As I can't see there being a place where you can see these beautiful, majestic creatures in that way, so responsibly, in or around Chiang Mai. I think so nice to be there, and although you got to actually interact with them less, I think you end up feeling better for that because you realise you're not doing anything harmful to them, and you're making sure that they're living the best possible life that they can now, which is really good. Would you agree?
I would, and I think also the fact that they're buying fruit and vegetables, anything the animals or elephants, water buffalo, anything eat, to be eaten is bought locally. I think the fact is they're showing that they can sustain a business
definitely
ethically.
Yeah, so definitely the place that I'd recommend to go and see the elephants in Chiang Mai. It just feels so good to be able to see them, but also to respect them and give them the respect that they deserve. Often after most of them that haven't been born there, not that there's many that have been, but those that have just been rescued and taken there haven't been shown that respect for so many years. I think that it's the best thing that we can do, really, if you want to see these beautiful elephants. But it's been a long day. We were up early and we've been out in the sun all day looking at these lovely elephants. So I'm going to finish this one up here. Thank you so much for watching. Big love. It feels good around here.